Alright, coming to you live from the mothership. I'd like to share with you some thoughts, some insight that I got while I was talking to a friend of mine earlier. My friend Matt in the UK and I were going back and forth about, the different ways that people approach you, the different things that you have to deal with in being one of the chosen people that realize that the earth is flat, that we've been lied to for all of our lives. And awakening to this can be, one of those things that just changes your outlook on everything else in life. And in that discussion with him over FaceTime, I likened it to the 7 stages of grief. And I have to take notes to go through these, but I can give you my personal testimony as far as the emotions I went through. And I didn't even realize that I had gone through these stages until I pulled out the list while I was talking to him. So, the initial thing that people have to deal with is the shock. That's the first thing. It's shock. You have a hard time with it. No, there's no way. No, the earth is not flat. It's a spinning ball. It's a globe. We have all the movies and music and just TV and logos and everything just support the idea that the earth is a globe. And being that we're immersed in that reality, people have a hard time breaking away from that in the beginning. So when you're talking to people about this, you have to remember, where you were, and acknowledge what stage you're in. So the first thing that people deal with is shock. The second part, and we all get this a lot, is denial. And that's what happens when people are telling you, no, there's no way. Nope. No, it's not. No, it's not. Haven't you seen the pictures? But we're giving all this money to NASA. They're sending people to space. I've seen the moonwalks and all that. I see the spacewalks when they go out and they fix things on the International Space Station and all that. They'll just deny. And again, it's hard. It's a tough thing to deal with. So while you're engaging people, just try to gauge where they are in these steps. And try to treat them with a little compassion. If they start to lash out at you, yeah, go ahead and rip their head off. But if they're asking questions, if they're in the early stages, you kind of got to take it slow with them, because how long did it take you to fully come to the realization that the earth is flat and stationary, that we're under a dome? It may have taken you a couple weeks, may have taken you a couple months. Some people it may have taken a couple of years, but we can't rush people to get to where we are. As a collective, we have to let people grow at their own pace. So, after denial, there's anger. And I remember going through this stage specifically because I'm like, man, they really lied to us about the world that we live in. Seriously. And it was just hard to deal with. It's just, a tough thing for people to deal with. Of course it's going to make you angry, because the bottom line is that you've been lied to, and nobody likes to be lied to. But, even still, that brings up a quote that I see often online is, it's easier to lie to somebody than to convince them that they've been lied to. And that's basically what we're doing. So, trying to tell people about this, it's tough. So when you do finally get somebody to watch a video, or they come back and they start asking you genuine questions, that is kind of cause to celebrate, because you've kind of opened their mind up to this thing. So that's a good thing. So you can be proud of yourself when you do that. After the anger comes, then they want to bargain. There's the bargaining stage. I kind of went through this. I wasn't very vocal about it, the bargaining, but I mean, there was one point where I was researching flat Earth so I could prove that it was still a globe, because I didn't want to believe that, you know, we had been misled so heavily all this time. You know, I'm like sitting here watching videos, and I'm trying to find something that proves that it's a globe, because I'm like, I don't want to believe it. I kind of do, because it would kind of set me free. It's like you're kind of torn between these two places. And, you know, after the bargaining, I mean, it kind of starts to set in that, yeah, the Earth is flat, and, yeah, we've been lied to. Nobody's been to space. I kind of wanted to go out to space. Me, personally, I'm not saying maybe I was a globe head. You know, I didn't even really think about it like that. Or a heliocentric enthusiast. You know, I remember going back to my dad's house, and I pulled out my laptop and showed my stepmom a video. And I mean, it was like a video is named The Known Universe, and it shows like some kids playing in a playground in India, and it zooms out and it shows the city, zooms out some more, shows the whole country, and zooms out some more, shows the whole planet, and then it zooms out more, shows the whole solar system, and it goes way out till it's basically every known aspect of the universe that we've supposedly discovered or explored some way or another with our satellite technology and all that. And I watched that. It's like a 5-6 minute video. I used to watch that every now and then. I'd be blown away like, wow, it's huge out there, and we're just so small. But that's what they want you to believe. And, you know, coming to the realization that that's all fake. That's all fake. It's all a lie. It was a cartoon. It was all made up. It was kind of sad. I remember being sad for a while. I remember just having a time where, yeah, I was depressed. That was the depression stage for me. You know, I'm just walking around kind of moping and wanting to talk to people about it, but I didn't quite know how to talk to people about the Earth being flat, because, I mean, I was kind of hurting inside. And I'll put that out there because I know I'm not the only one. So, you know, after the depression, there's the testing. There's the testing. You want to start looking at things. You actually get past the sadness, and you start to take a look around you. And, you know, observe the sky. Just look up at the sky. You look at the moon, and you're just staring at it like, I know you're not 238,000 miles away. I know that. You know, I was into sun gazing a while back, in my new age days, meditating and all that. I was kind of into sun gazing, and if I was up early enough in the morning, or I was at work early enough, I would come outside, go to the smoking area. I don't smoke. I'd go out to the smoking area and just, you know, stare at the sun coming up, because if you do that early enough, you can look directly into the sun without any damage. Just the same as right before sunset, dusk, as it were. You know, you can stare directly into the sun without worrying about there being any significant damage. And, I mean, I posted this on Facebook a few weeks back. I'm like, look, I was looking straight at the sun early this morning. I could see clouds behind the sun with my bare eyes. With my naked eyes, I could see clouds behind the sun. So you start testing these things. You go, you know, I went to ocean shores, just sitting by the water, looking out as far as I could see, and seeing that the water just laid flat across the horizon, horizontal, across a plane. It's flat. And I mean, it just takes a while to solidify in your mind. And then once you get past the testing, you get to the stage where you accept it, the acceptance stage. And that's where you feel freed by this information. And you can go out enthusiastically talking to people about this concept. And, you know, trying to get them to understand, hey, it's okay. You know, this is what's going on, but let me talk to you about this. All we're trying to do is wake people up to the fact that we've been lied to. That's all we're doing. You know, we're not trying to beat you down with our superior intellect or anything like that. That's not what we're trying to do here. We're not out to try to make people feel less because we know more. We're not trying to assert any intellectual superiority over anyone, okay? You know, we want to operate with compassion, because the fact of the matter is, and this makes sense to me on the simplest level, you know, people don't care how much you know unless they know how much you care. So, you know, I just did this on Twitter. Me and another guy, we were kind of beating the dude up, and you know, at the end of it, when he couldn't ask any more questions, he may still be asking questions, I don't know. When he couldn't go any longer, when he kind of just tapped out, you know, I sent another tweet. I said, hey, it's okay, buddy. We're just trying to tell you you've been lied to. You know, I'm being lighthearted with him. I'm like, come here, give me a hug. You know, it's all right. You're going to be okay. And when you come around and you actually realize that the earth is flat, we'll welcome you into the family just the same. And that's what it is, you know. We don't want to alienate anyone permanently. We don't want to come off like, you know, these trolls do. We don't want to be flat earth trolls. We don't want to act like they do, you know. We want to walk a higher path. You know what I mean? So that's just it. Try to remember where you came from. Try to remember these stages. Try to understand that people are dealing with things in their own lives, in their own situation, in their own path, to get to a point of acceptance of this reality. So I hope that helps. That's all I got for that. Be sure to like and subscribe. Link up with me and the crew at Flat Earth No Trolls, and continue the fight. Flat Earth Offensive. I'll see you in the next video.